3 more sleeps until the Berlin Marathon. It is currently 8:57 a.m. Daniel and I are sat in London City Airport.
Why are we here?
Wearing his mask with Pro. Yeah. And we've been in this airport for... That was my phone. We've been in this airport for 2 hours already, because when we booked the taxi to get us here this morning, I think it was saying it would be either like from an hour and 30 minutes up to 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we weren't taking any chances because this is the only flight we can't miss. So that's fun. We've been chilling here for a while, doing a bit of work. I just edited a voiceover that I will be putting out on a reel the day before the race. This is my least favorite bit, I think, about going to race a big exciting marathon in another country. The travel, it's not a long travel by any means, but the novelty has worn off, and I'm constantly paranoid that someone is going to get me sick, or I'm going to tighten up from sitting down too much, and you're just waiting for something to go wrong. So once we are in Berlin, I will be a lot more excited, and I'm going to talk you through my goals for Berlin, because I've kept a lid on these. And a few of you have asked me to share my goals for the race, so I'm going to do that today, but sneakily this video is not going to come out until race day, so I'm sorry about that. In fact, I'm not. I don't need to apologise for that. These are my goals, and I wanted to keep them to myself. I think I also was a bit unsure of exactly what my goals were going to be for this race until fairly recently, in terms of the specifics and the time-based goals, which I think is fine. We've been focusing on the process and we've been enjoying it. So stick around for that. And I'm going to take you with me for a little travel vlog. Should we go to Berlin? Let me find out how to say that in German.
Sollen wir nach Berlin gehen? Sollen wir nach Berlin gehen?
Sollen wir nach Berlin gehen?
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
We're at our lovely Airbnb. I'm going to give you a little crib tour. I would personally love to live in this apartment. It's a bit small, but it's perfect for what we have it for. So we have open suitcase, nice little desk. We've got the bathroom with the washer, dryer, bedroom. I don't know what that's for. If that is like a prop for something. Let's just ignore my dirty washing on the floor. Pow! Living room comes free with editor. He doesn't cost anything. He's just permanently here. There's a big couch, nice artwork, some records over here. Table, le table. Oh, that's French. What's table in German?
Hafenflocken.
That's not true. That's oatmeal. Well remembered though. Pretty decent viewage of the city. That's gonna be too windy. And then we have the kitchen with a pretty sophisticated coffee setup over there, which I personally won't be using, but Daniel is very excited about, and John is gonna be buzzing to use that as well. So coffee drink is happy. I am gonna roll out, limber up, and go for a little run. 6 to 7 miles, may or may not stop at a bakery on the way back to pick up some snackage. Daniel is gonna get some food in for dinner, and when I get back, I'm going to reveal all about my goals for this marathon. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like now the travel is out the way, I can actually chill out and look forward to Sunday, which obviously I'm nervous about and it's gonna be scary, but you know, we've worked really hard over this block, and this is the moment that you get to kind of show all of that and do the funnest part, which is dancing around the streets for 2 hours and a couple handfuls of minutes. We will see. so we've already taken a taste out of each. This is Daniel's pumpkin spice and seed. And then I got the plum bun. I can't remember who it was last time we were here, but someone recommended Zeitfürbrot. Zeitfürbrot? I think that's how you say it.
Perfect.
Anyway, fantastic bakery. Highly recommend. All right. I promised I'd tell you my goals for the marathon on Sunday, so I'll tell you. Things are a little bit different this time around, which I think is a good thing. I've always done A, B, and C goals in the past, and I sort of still have that, but it's a little bit more loosely defined. And my number one goal for this marathon isn't actually a finish time. And I've been convinced to have this as my kind of main goal because it's what my coach John put to me when we sat down to talk about the kind of finish time goals. And that's all anyone ever wants to talk about. I get the same with my athletes when I sit down. It's the big question of what time am I gonna run? And that's only the moment you cross the finish line. Okay, it's also the time from when you started to when you finished, obviously, is the time you spend out on the course. But each marathon I've done is so much more than just the finish time. Copenhagen was 2:29:16 and Houston was 2:29:14. Completely different marathon experiences, 2 seconds between them. And funnily enough, the time that was 2 seconds slower was a much more positive experience for me on the day. So I think it's important to have that in mind. And so with that, the biggest goal I have on Sunday is to cross the finish line and be excited to do another marathon straight away. And to have had a good experience, which I think is important after Houston. Houston wasn't a negative experience, but it took me a while to kind of break down how important the race was as a learning experience, but it wasn't what I wanted going into the race. In terms of time, we are gonna pitch it so that we aim to go through halfway on pace for 2:27, which would be fantastic if I finished in that time. That would be over a 2-minute PB. Hopefully, after going through halfway, we're gonna pick it up. So I'll land somewhere sub 2:27, which would be an absolute dream. To be, you know, somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes faster than my last marathon. But even if that doesn't happen, I suppose I'm shifting from the A goal to the B goal now. If I slow down or it gets really tough out there and it's not the day for me, even 2:28 would be a great result. And you can never take for granted running a PB, so that would be really cool. So I'm gonna spend some time over the next few days whilst I'm here in Berlin visualizing the race, visualizing how I want it to pan out, visualizing some really good sessions and workouts I've had in this block to kind of feed those into the race, those good feelings of feeling unstoppable, feeling really strong. And I'm also gonna think about some of the what ifs, so that I am in the best possible position to react to those if they do happen. I'm not going to spend time kind of catastrophizing to the what ifs of like, you know, very unlikely to happen disaster day, because I don't think that's helpful and that's just going to like encourage me to be super anxious. But I do think it is important to be prepared for things like, what if I miss a bottle or I drop a bottle? What's my strategy for that? And I'm going to focus on having a lot of fun. Every time I think, oh my God, I'm nervous, oh, it's going to hurt, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna follow through? Am I gonna show the fitness that I've built in this block? Am I gonna put that into a race? What could go wrong? Like all of the list of things, I try to bring myself back to the fact that I'm excited so that I pivot from unhelpful nervousness to helpful, excited nervousness. And it's not easy, but I'm getting there. So I would say wish me luck, but this video is gonna come out whilst I'm running the marathon. So most of you will be watching it when I've already finished, in which case I'm sure someone has spoiled it for you in the comments section with my finish time or, you know, how it all panned out. But I'm gonna be out there loving the grind. You can count on that. Love the grind.